Hi, my name's Chris. I'm the Saturday Architect. I have been using Revit for over 17 years now, and I want to help you get better at it. So here we go. Here we are looking at just a floor plan. First, let's get familiar with the View Template menu. We'll go to the View tab, and then over here on the left-hand side, we'll go to View Templates, go to the drop-down box, and Manage View Templates. Let's filter this to only show floor plans just as a first place to look. View templates, first of all, they vary in their settings based on the type of view. So floor plans, elevations, 3D, schedules can also have view templates applied to them. Almost all views can have view templates applied to them. Here in the menu for floor plan view types, let's take a brief look at this. I'm not going to go over each one of the line items, but I do want to point out there are several rows here, and each of these is dealing with either a parameter or some sort of setting. So what I mean by that is these are all dealing with buttons that you're going to find also over here on the right hand side, in my case, on your properties palette. You may have your properties palette somewhere else. But this is where almost all of these rows, these settings are going to be located. This can be overwhelming. It can be daunting to someone who's not used to it. But don't give up. Don't think you don't have to deal with it. My argument number one, the number of rows here increases the power of view templates. Because think of it this way. With a view template, you set a setting once or a parameter's value once, and then you're done with it. When you don't use view templates, for each view, you're changing its settings. You're not going to just leave it as is unless you are incredibly amateur with Revit, in which case, keep learning and you'll understand as you go further on that you're going to be dealing with a view's settings. That's just the way to go with this software. For example, I'm looking at the architectural plan view templates right now. All of these settings, well, not these ones, the ones that are unchecked are not locked to the view template, meaning each view with that view template applied even can still have those settings changed. For views that have a view template applied, each of these rows that has a checked box in this column is locked to the view template, meaning all of those views with the same view template applied are going to have that same setting applied. They are going to be uniform. That is awesome. This means you don't have to think about nor set up each view setting in that row. You don't have to, for example, set all of the visibility graphics menu settings. You can have them entirely set through the view template. That is a lot of settings encapsulated right here in these like 5 or so buttons with the VG overrides. That's a lot of thinking you only need to do once and then be done with for each type of view. This is incredibly powerful. Each row here increases the power of the view template. Next thing to talk about is custom parameters. So I'm going to get out of this menu and I'm going to go over here to a file that I have made. I have set up custom parameters. So let's take a look at one of my view templates. I'll go once again to the View tab, go to View Templates, Manage View Templates, and then let's go to Architectural, or excuse me, Floor Plans once again, and let's go to this one right here. So I've got my own certain naming system, so don't worry about that. In this menu, I have a few parameters beyond what was in the previous view template menu we looked at. I have down here this browser org, discipline 1, views pp retired, views, view category 1. Don't worry about my naming system once again. It's technical for a reason. I have these set to be locked to the view template, at least 2 out of the 3. This means now I can control my custom parameters even easier than normal. It's wonderful because you can implement your own parameters and their consequential settings much easier than if you had to apply them one view at a time, at least the parameters that deal with views. It's wonderful. So set your custom parameters as much as is appropriate in your view templates. That's my argument number 2. Okay, third argument. Set up your view templates in your template file, your .rte file. View templates and template file. I know the wording, using the word template for two different reasons there, but bear with me. There is the view template, which is the menu we're looking at now, and then there is the Revit template file, the .rte file, which is what you should be using every time you start a new project. Set up your view templates in your project template file. This is going to make it so that now you don't only need to set view templates per project, but you only need to set them once in the view template, which means most people should not even be applying view templates to views at all. Except for in some, well, exceptional situations. This is so powerful. It is even less time spent, and it is fewer decisions made, less brain power, and more time to dedicate to actually designing, to doing proper architectural, engineering, construction work, whatever you're using this software for. More time for that. And finally, there will be times, like I mentioned earlier, where someone will have to set a view template in a project which was not set in the Revit template file. That is okay. That is normal. Still use view templates and don't just think, oh, I can set each individual view in this project, separately because it's just for this one project. Don't do it. Still, early in the project's lifetime, take the time to set view templates, to first create them as you need, and then set them. This will still reduce your headaches in the project lifetime. Let's be honest, every project has headache times. This is still going to reduce the number of those headache times because you are still reducing the number of decisions you're making, reducing the time you're spent thinking about this technical software side of things. Definitely make use of view templates even when they're not part of the template file itself. When you need to make a new view template for a project, definitely do it. So those are my 4 arguments. Number 1, the number of rows in the view template actually is helpful, even though it can be daunting because that makes the view template stronger. It has more power to make one and done decisions. Number 2, you can control your custom parameters in view templates, those that deal with views anyway. This multiplies the ease of implementing your custom parameters, makes it so your custom parameters are much more appealing to actually put in your project and then use. 3, apply view templates to views in the template file itself, in the Revit template file itself, so that you don't have to apply them to views in each project, with the exceptions, which is number 4, with exceptional times, and even in those times, still use view templates. There's my case for using view templates. I hope you are motivated to make use of this powerful tool in Revit. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.